Don't let us win the Champions League. That's all I have to say.
There is something about Arsenal fans, yeah? They just want to give it to you constantly.
Yes, England are very much same year on year, but at the same time, at least we've got a little bit of identity.
It's just bread and butter. No jam, no marmalade.
I'm not wearing it to the pub. There's only a couple of women's footballers that I could ever see in the Villa. You're one of them. Look what's happened to Ovie. You're thinking about that.
So do I kick it back and forth to you?
No, you're on your own.
Oh, don't count, don't count. You ruined it. I was in the zone.
Right, we're back with another episode of The Warm Up, and today we have professional basketball player and fashion icon, Ovie Soko.
Yes! And pro Crystal Palace player and our good mate, Jamie Lee Napier.
Right, on today's show, we've got some celebrations in store because I am surrounded by history makers. We've got, first and foremost, Mollie sitting by my right.
Oh, don't.
I'm very proud of you. I don't say it much.
Thank
but
you.
Mollie was one of the only presenters at FIFA HQ last week to present 3 live draws back to back. It's never been done before. Mollie, well done, mate.
Thank you
Well
so
done.
much, mate. Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. You know, those World Cup draws are no joke. Yeah, you can't make a mistake. So the pressure was on. And I managed to do it. Thanks for coming out with me, by the way.
Oi.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
can you, like...
She was bag lady, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
She was bag lady, but she was unreal. Like, the best assistant in the world. You should look into that, you know. I'm not the only history maker, right? Ovie. I mean, it's been a big time for you in the world of basketball, right? So, am I right in saying London Lions, you've completed the quadruple, right? Listen to this. Playoff champions, regular season champions, cup champions, trophy champions. Come on. Come on. You made history. What's that feel like?
Feels great. You know, I feel like my teammates sent me off into the sunset in the best way a vet could ask.
Never forget that moment. I bet. Never, ever, ever.
Unbelievable. And then we've also got Crystal Palace have just been promoted to the WSL. Jamie Lee Napier, talk to us about that. How's the season?
Honestly, buzzing. I think if you maybe asked us at the start of the season, like, how do you think it's going to go? Like, we all had the same, like, goal. We wanted to get promoted, but literally, start of season, we're sitting second from bottom. I thought, what is going on? And then, yeah, after Christmas, we really turned it around and got promoted. And, yeah, just buzzing, honestly, and we deserve it so much. So, looking forward to playing in WSL next year.
There were some other celebrations in store which we have to talk about. Ovie, don't. Already starting. Oh, right, so we can't not talk about it. Arsenal, of course, have been crowned Premier League champions. Congratulations, Ovie. Well done.
Well done, Ovie.
Well done.
Thank you.
Before we let you talk about this, right, could I just say, as a Spurs fan, it's been a long 22 years coming, right? The last time Arsenal won the league, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, none of them existed, imagine. And X Factor had just kicked off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, a long old time ago.
Greatness takes time. Greatness takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. An Arsenal Football Club, obviously, you know, we've been through our paces. You know, it takes time. It takes time. And now, hopefully, we add to that with the Champions League. Don't let us win the Champions League. That's all I have to say.
I know.
No, because socials have actually been hell. Like, honestly.
I can't go on there.
I can't go on.
It's not safe out there.
Really, honestly, it's not.
safe.
And obviously, we live in North London as well. I'm staying well clear from, like, any Emirates vicinity on Sunday or anything like that.
Spurs fans, you guys had enough problems. you had problems of your own this year, so I don't think we should be hearing anything from you guys for a good long while. But why does every other club hate us? I feel like all the other teams, they united to try and, you know, rain on our parade.
Can I actually
Tell
tell
me
you what
why.
I think
Tell
it
me
is?
why.
There is something about Arsenal fans, yeah, that just... They just want to give it to you constantly, even when you've not won the Premier League. It's like, all right, I get it. You're better than Spurs. I can say that because, you know, the stats are saying it. But you've got a way about you. And I don't know.
It's very
just
in your
something
face.
about
It's
it.
just very in your
just
face.
Sometimes just...
In your face.
We're biting.
I'm triggered.
Oh,
We're really
this
triggered.
brings me tears of joy. You have no idea.
Yes.
It's been such a long road. I think the only thing that would have made this year more magical, for me personally, would have been to see you guys get relegated.
Oh, come on.
That would have been the icing on the top.
I thought you were a nice guy.
Yeah,
you
do
know,
you know-
I thought you were a nice
I'm an
guy.
honest guy.
I thought you were a
No,
nice guy.
because I don't actually rate that because there's a lot of Arsenal fans that I've spoke to where they're like, Listen, we don't like you guys, but at the same time, they'd miss the North London derby happening every season, so
Not
you won't
at
miss
all.
it.
No,
you won't
no,
miss
no,
us.
No.
You would miss us, don't
I would
you?
have loved the fact that the biggest thing happening in Tottenham Stadium would have been concerts and, and NFL football games. I would have loved that, to see championship teams coming to White Hart Lane in that grand, expensive, state-of-the-art stadium. And yeah, like, you know, not really playing for much.
Well, congratulations.
Well,
I've got
yeah.
to say, it has been quite nice to see someone else other than City win it. So congratulations to you guys. Well done.
Yeah, and do you know what? In terms of that, I will agree with you, Mole, because I was getting a little bit sick and tired of like repetitively just watching City.
Yeah. Boring.
It's boring. So I am happy for you in that sense. When we relate that to basketball and the Super League, is there anyone that compares to like a Man City in that sense, in terms of like the front runners of the?
Runs away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's us.
Oh,
London.
swear.
Yeah, London.
How long has that been going on though? Has it just been like a given that London Lions will
It's
take
just
it?
like City, to be fair. Big investment came in, and obviously a lot of better players came back into the league. A lot of our better national players came back from overseas, and then we became the huge favourites. I feel like it's the same thing that's happened in the Prem. The teams that have had or spent mega money, of course, they're very, very good.
So basketball then was for you. Did you ever give football a go?
I did a very, very, very long time ago.
Any good?
We'll see later, won't we?
Oh, see, this is why I got to be careful on my answer. I mean, I felt like I was good. I was always physically gifted. I was quick, faster than the guys, stronger
top?
than the other guy. Yeah.
I'd put you up top.
But
Yeah, I wouldn't put
then-
you in goal. No, actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see your.
No, but
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
actually
gosh.
would.
right.
I actually would, to be fair. Nothing's going in, is it? Surely.
But you know what? Back to the point around like money being a huge factor into like driving football clubs and driving sports teams forward. I think London City Lionesses, Jamie, let's talk to you a little bit about that, because we've had Alexia Putellas now leave Barcelona, right?
Big news.
Big news in the world of women's football. Can I quickly just get your opinion on what that means for the game and what that means for Barcelona as a team?
Yeah, I think it's mad. I think when I first started out, like obviously I've played at London City myself, but back then we were fighting for just like quite the basics and bare minimum, and to see the club and where it's came to now, and like the rumours of her signing there, I think it's actually insane, but it's so good for the women's game, and I think we're getting all the attention that we deserve, and yeah, it's about time, and yeah, I'm just excited to see kind of what happens, and hopefully playing against her next year. I think that'll be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Be tough, but it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, she's just such an icon, isn't she? I think it was 14 years at Barcelona, has won absolutely everything. So I think to even see her potentially in the WSL would be beautiful for our game. And Ovie, you touched on it earlier. Like, what's it been like for you watching women's sport rise?
It's incredible, and I feel like we've only just scratched the surface. You know, I think there's been so much attention paid to the men's game across sports, basketball, football, golf, whatever you want to look at, that we haven't really given women's sports the platform to see special things happen. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like now we're going to just see special things happen time and time and time again. And with that comes marketing, and with marketing comes money, and then with funding, the next generation of female athletes are going to, you know, come up seeing, you know, ladies that they want to be like.
Exactly that.
Which is always a huge part of sports, and of driving sports to a different level is aspiration. So I feel like, yeah, we're just scratching the surface.
And Jamie, how amazing is it for you now to walk down Oxford Street and see like female footballers on billboards and things like that?
Yeah, it's insane. I think like growing up, women's football was always something that I was kind of around, so I was quite lucky in that sense, but I would never be able to walk down the street and see these like women's footballers. So like I'm still a bit starstruck myself, and I get to play with some of these players and come up against them and stuff. But yeah, I think it's so good for the game, and it's so good to just get the recognition that the sport deserves.
Let's move on to World Cup chat then. Me and Mo have kind of been doing some digging, and we've picked out our favourite World Cup kits, all right? So we want your initial thoughts on them. No one's judging here.
I feel like this is where it starts to get you excited for the World Cup. You know, when you start
Yeah,
seeing
when
your
you-
kits, like, come on, what we got?
100%.
What we got?
So these are our faves so far that we've seen, right? Initial thoughts. We're not going to tell you what we think yet.
Nigeria away kit, the best kit out there.
You're not wrong.
Not because I'm Nigerian, but I love the Nigeria away kit. No, but optics. Mexico looks cool. Argentina away looks cool. Yeah, man, the Nigeria away kit has to be the sauce.
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. Jane, what's your initial thoughts on all of those kits there? I know obviously there's one that stands out for you, but initially, what are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the accent speaks for itself, but the Scotland kit, I think any Scottish person, they're obviously going to pick that one. But I think like anything retro, I just vibe with. I think you can really like dress up in that as well, and anything with a bit of pop of colour and a bit more out there, I think's nice. So yeah, the Argentina away one for me would be a close second to the Scotland one.
Oh yeah, fair enough. And look, just quickly touching on Scotland, they're back in the World Cup after 28 years. Yeah, that's incredible. How does that feel as someone from Scotland? I mean, 28 years is a long old time.
Yeah.
So congratulations, by the way.
I know as if I've done it myself, but no. Yeah.
You've helped.
Yeah, but honestly, we're such a small nation, and I think you speak to any Scottish person, we're so proud to be Scottish, and like I'm so passionate about being Scottish, and yeah, seeing your team go to like the World Cup in so many years, and for me to actually be now a fan and watch them it's going to be magical. And yeah, everyone back home, like we're just rooting for them, man.
Yeah,
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Right, I'm going to say a very unpopular opinion here.
Go on.
I actually really rate the England kit. And I'll tell you why. Look, I knew. She can't help but buy it, by the way.
I'm trying my best.
The reason why I do is because, yes, England are very much same year on year. Bit plain Jane, I get it. But at the same time, at least we've got a little bit of identity. And in sport, identity is very important.
Oh, Rosie, come on. I just think...
It's just bread and butter. It's just bread and butter. It's just,
I just think everyone else has got a bit
no
about...
jam,
Yeah.
no marmalade, just bread and butter. Bread on toast.
Thank you. Boring
Yeah,
hell.
but do you know what? At least you'll see the English shirt and be like, oh yeah, that's England shirt, because we know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Do you know what's so... I didn't even know the England shirt was up there. It just faded.
That's what I'm saying.
Faded into the background. I didn't even know it was up there.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, well
Bread
listen.
on toast.
Wait, I swear you like make your own clothes and stuff. What would you do to jazz up that England kit?
I'll scrap it and start from the beginning. I'll scrap it, and then you start from the basics. You got to give it a couple more accents. It just looks like nothing wrong with H&M t-shirts, but looks like a little H&M vibe, you know, with it looks like a graphic tee.
Yeah, you're not right. Like, at least Nigeria, I see what you're saying there. We got a bit about it. Do you know what I mean?
Bit of pattern.
Yeah,
some
so
flair
good.
on the
It's so
arms,
good.
you know, the colour palette. I think it works well with the summer. Red, block red, summer. Ugh. You know,
It's lazy.
Hey, look. I can wear it to the pub.
Okay.
I'll wear it to the pub. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not wearing it to the pub.
So you won't be wearing it to the pub.
We know. And speaking of kits for you, Jamie, you've had your fair share, right? I don't know how many wardrobes you've got, but you've played for Celtic, Chelsea, Birmingham, London City Lionesses, Bristol, and now Crystal Palace. Are you all right?
I know, and I'm only 26, that's quite bad, isn't it?
Nah, I think it's good to explore, right?
Yeah, finding my feet, but I somehow always find myself coming back to London.
In terms of style then, out of all those clubs, who would you say had the most about them from a style perspective?
When I was at Bristol, there was a few like Scandinavian girls, and they always came in, like no matter if it was 7 a.m, 2 p.m, they would always come in like looking smart, looking clean. And then I think this year, one of my teammates, Jamaica international Alison Swaby, she comes in looking unreal all the time. Like we always just like say, you look sick, and I would love to steal her wardrobe. So I think her for me right now is doing it.
Amazing. And then what's the best and the worst kit you've ever worn professionally?
I think best kit, it's probably like got to be Chelsea in terms of just like that was my first professional like club, and obviously it's such a big club, and I think with Nike they always kind of produce and things like that. And if I'm going to be brutally honest, I think maybe the worst kit only in terms of because I'm a Rangers fan and I had to play for Celtic,
Oh, yeah.
and there's big rivalry there. So yeah, that kind of pained me to start to put that on. So we'll go with that one.
So you see the Celtic and Rangers rivalry. Is it as big as like the Arsenal and Tottenham rivalry, or?
Probably, but it's just different. I feel like if you're not Scottish and not in it, like it's just mad. And I've grown up with that. Like it was that bad. I couldn't even really go to it's called an Old Firm game, like Derby. Couldn't go to them games when I was younger, like because it was just too dangerous. But
Really?
yeah,
Mad.
it's just a bit mad. But yeah, Celtic obviously won the league this year, so that was a bit devastating. But yeah, just growing up being a Rangers fan, all my family Rangers fans.
And then Ovie, for you, right? In English basketball, yes, obviously you've played out in the States, but back in England, what's the trend saying here? Like, do people make an effort? Are they lazy?
I feel like, and this is biased, but I feel like basketball players walked hand in hand with fashion. Like, it's always been a huge part of the culture of the game itself. And I was actually curious to see what you guys thought as far as with football and just, you know, how fashionable is football? Is it a thing? I know now, you know, players are starting to be a bit more expressive, but it's always been, okay, you're a footballer, you play on the pitch, and your private life, you sort of keep that, you know, to yourself. But now it's a thing. So that's an answer and a question.
No, but I think we're learning from that, right? I feel like
Yeah.
we're learning from that in a sense of now you do feel like you can build your own brand around who you are on and off the pitch, and it's the same thing. Whereas I think you're right, there's always been that separation.
But I think that industry changed a lot though. Like since there has been more commercial eyes on the football or the women's sport, let's say, on women's sport in general, I would say that players are now free to express themselves a lot more. Like when we were coming through the game, it was very much like stay in your lane. You are a footballer and that's the only lane that you should stay in. Don't try and branch out. Don't try and do this X, Y and Z because you get judged quite a lot, especially in the changing room. I feel like that was a thing. Whereas now, players specifically are seeing the brand opportunities and the opportunity that comes with expressing themselves a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like James, do you feel the pressure now that the game's changed slightly? Because obviously you've lived through the transition of football.
Yeah, I think like you said, like touching on it like at the start, I think it was just all focus on the pitch, and I think stuff you were doing outside of football, if you took an interest into certain things, it was like maybe you're not so focused on football and that isn't your priority, but it's not the case anymore. And I think that's so good about women's football. It's so inclusive and it's so, you're allowed to express yourself now, and it doesn't matter about what you're doing off the pitch. It actually is helping grow the game on the pitch. For me growing up, I've got more confident with that, and seeing the visibility and seeing people around it, and actually moving to London has actually helped in that way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, London.
welcome.
Thank you, girls.
Right, we've got to talk Love Island because it's back on
Little
our
bit.
screens
Go
very,
on,
very
go
soon.
on, go on
Okay,
then.
come on then, let's go. Firstly, I want to know what the reaction was like from your basketball team when they found out that you were going on Love Island. Because as we said earlier,
Football, that wouldn't.
Yeah,
You'll get banter for that.
Yeah.
Oh no, it didn't fly at all.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
something
Knew
that yeah, none of my team actually knew, and I didn't. Good God, I didn't realise how big of a thing it was here because I was living in Spain at the time and I'd been there for 3 years. So I hadn't lived in the UK consistently for a while leading up to that. And I tell my agent, I'm like, oh look, I've got this little opportunity. Think I might be gone during the summer for 2 weeks and then I'll come back out, get right back to training. Don't worry, it won't affect a thing.
oh God.
Good gosh.
That was Antino.
That was not how it went. Kind of went in and it goes kind of how it goes. And yeah, I'm just seeing messages from my teammates. What did you do? What's happened? You know, because no one can understand. It's like they're looking at all of my profiles and stuff and it's going up like crazy. And then I get on the phone to my agent. He's the first person I call when I get out. And I'm like, Pedro. That's his
Pedro's
name.
buzzing by the
No,
way.
that's his name. That's his name. I'm like, Pedro, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to the team next year because we already signed the contract.
No.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. He's like, hermano. He's like, hermano, I know. He's like, I've been watching what's happening. This is crazy, huh? And I tell him, I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what's been going on. I haven't been seeing anything over the weeks that I've been in there. And it's all kind of just hitting me. Like, but yeah, that's kind of how it was.
So how were you feeling in that moment though? Like the realisation of like,
I don't know.
Life's changed.
just going with it.
I don't know. It was mental, isn't it? It's genuinely not something I expected at all. I was just like, all right, gonna go on TV. I might, you know, maybe get like 10,000 followers or something like that. Give me something to do in my free time. That was kind of what I thought, genuinely. I came out and that was not what happened.
Wow.
Is Pedro still about? What's he up to?
100% Pedro's still about, man. That is my guy.
We love Pedro.
Man,
Honestly,
we love
what a
Pedro.
legend.
Pedro's amazing, man.
Love that so much. And Jamie, I know this sounds a bit mad. There's only a couple of women's footballers that I could ever see in the Villa. I'm not going to lie. You're one of them. Have you ever, honestly, look what's happened to Ovie. You're thinking about that.
Do you know what? Actually, I've not really told many people this, but when like Love Island started like being a thing, when I was actually quite young, like between 19 and 21, like I'd reach out like a couple of times to maybe go on it, but at the back of my mind, you're like, oh, that would be sick. But then I'd be like, my football career would be over, and I probably would get ripped into. But still to this day, all my teammates are like, you'd be so funny on it, but I don't think I'd be like your typical girl on it, so maybe it's best I don't go on it.
We were talking earlier, like, putting on makeup every day, wearing heels and a bikini. We'd be walking around in like tops like this. I'd be in my trackies. Yeah, like I just don't think. It'd be a thing,
I don't
right?
think I could do that. I think it'd be a good experience, but I don't think I could do that lifestyle all the time.
Right, this is a part of the show where we get Powerhouse involved. We love this. And if you want to be a part of the Powerhouse group chat, it means that you can get to ask our special guests a question each week. All right, so make sure you join the conversation. You've got to click the link in the description. And this week, we've got 3 questions, guys. The first one, I like this one. What's the most normal everyday task that you actually find therapeutic?
Making my coffee in the morning.
Nice. Just having that minute.
Yeah, like I'm a little bit of a coffee snob. Like I've got a nice big machine, proper coffee set up, and for me, I need to have that like half an hour time like every morning, and it just really like calms me down and just get in my zone, and I feel like I can't go about my day unless I've done that.
Half hour to make a coffee. I'm glad you don't work in my gales.
Wait until you see my latte art. I know, mate.
I'll be fuming. I'd actually be living. Anyway, love that.
Ovie?
Driving in silence.
Oh.
Yeah, just driving. I feel like because you have to focus. So you're focusing, but yeah, driving in silence, that's my.
Ultimate guilty pleasure food. Like, what's your go-to?
Banana bread.
Ooh. With
Is that
chocolate on
guilty?
that.
Guilty pleasure?
I answered that.
I thought that was like healthy dessert.
No. Banana bread, you can make it with like chocolate banana bread. You know, you can spice it up a little bit. I'm sounding old and boring.
No. We love a banana bread.
Banana bread though.
Yeah,
Did you make it yourself?
Absolutely not.
No.
Right, okay.
No.
Fair, go on. What's
Jay?
yours?
I don't know, maybe after a game, just like, it's not even that bad, but like a Nando's or like a nice big burger.
Yeah. What spice are you at Nando's?
Medium or, what is that barbecue one?
Oh,
Oh,
peri
peri
tamer.
tamer.
Peri tamer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you tried peri tamer?
No.
Like, give it a whirl.
Next time you go,
Nice,
barbecue.
Like barbecue-ish.
Third and final question. If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Exodus. Bob Marley. Sorry.
Okay.
For reference.
Yeah, I was going to say.
People are like, whoa, Exodus?
Should we know who the
No,
artist
Bob Marley,
Okay.
Exodus.
That is a hard question, you know. Maybe, I'm going to go a bit rogue. What I'm listening to right now on my like record player all the time is Sam Fender, People Watching.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a bit of that maybe.
Okay. I'm going classic. Usher Confessions album.
Oh.
I could listen to that. Like, it's timeless. Do you know what I mean? And it takes me back to when he does the Burn video. You know, he's got the Stan Smiths on in the rain. Oh my God, I wanted to be him. All right, now it's time for our favourite part of the show.
Yes.
Yeah, Rosie's warming up, she's not even taking part. But of course, it's time for our kick-up challenge, right? 30 seconds on the clock. And this week, it's Team Mollie with Ovie. Woo! Come on. And Team Rosie with Jamie Lee. Ovie, how you feeling?
Hey! No, listen. And it's Rosie with Jamie Lee Napier.
All right, it's 30 seconds on the clock.
Need space.
Yeah.
So do I kick it back and forth to you?
No, you're on your own.
Those count. You ruined it. I was in the zone.
Wait for it. We're on the whistle. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, Ovie.
What? Where's this coming from? Keep it going.
Basketballer.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm loving this.
Let's go. Keep it going. Wow. Oh my God.
61 to beat.
Ah!
Keep it going. Halfway through.
Oh, it's gone now.
Let's go.
Left, right, yeah?
Ooh.
Oh. Both feet as
There
well.
we
Come
go.
on, Ovie.
There
Come
we
on.
go.
We love it.
5 seconds. Take a deep breath.
5, 4, all your
Oh.
And
time. What did we get? 39. 39 to beat, Jay.
to be honest.
Right, let's go. You're going to be
3,
amazing.
2,
3, 2, 1,
1.
go. Let's go. Go on, Jay.
Good, Jay.
Love that. There we go.
Ooh.
Hey, that's it. Hey, you're flying. There we go. Deep breath. There we go.
I'm glad I done it.
There we go.
Well,
Yes, back in. Back in. Go on. Only halfway.
go on, Jay.
Plenty of time. So much time. So much time.
Go on, Jay.
So much time. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's go.
The
Oopsie
mic.
daisy.
Oh.
Last 3. Last 3. 2. Time! Right. Well, that's Jamie Lee Napier with 41 points, which means Team Rosie's won this week. Woo! Massive, massive thank you to Ovie and Jamie Lee for joining us today.
Yes.
Yeehaw!
We'll see you next week on the warm-up. No, next week. No, next week.